Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, don't worry, we know how.
Well, it's like if I wasn't at where I'm there with them. Oh, it's even better.
Secret spaces.
Well, like, here's the thing. I was just like, no, I need to pull out the giant bag and see if it's good. Because, like, I lost the giant bag at work one day, and, like, for 3 weeks, I couldn't find it. And then, like, well, I finally found it 3 weeks later, and it was just like, they were in one of the trucks at work. So I was just like, and they were, like, really hard. So I'm not sure they're really stale, or just, they were just frozen from being out in the cold.
There was nothing interesting in that.
Not sure what joke you're making right now.
They are. And they're like,
No, I mean, like, I've heard people, like, putting, like, what you call it, like, fruit by the foot, or, yeah.
that would break all my stuff.
We just, like, it turns, like, really brittle, and, like, it just, like, snaps apart.
They need somebody there and just make sure that
How's the new job going for you?
I feel like sometimes they're afraid to complain, and then they got my product. Yep. I was like, yes.
It's hard to like, okay. Like, you're kind of like a chatterbox, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all are disgusting with each other.
Doing that too. Because ghosts. Right, yeah, no, it's very what up?
Actually, I'm not trying to
no, that would be insane. If I was excited, it would be.
No, I didn't recognize you.
You're not going down. You're making it. No more
Well, take a seat.
Oh, but when managing the Yeah.
One of the guys that did his ways,
Lyric.
Yeah, where it's like I wish you could try the guy that I worked with at Christmas Village, who made his own meats. Yeah, and it was delicious. And
Guard my seat after like 5 seconds.
Fortunately, I've also heard because when I was interning at Art for the Heart, any had special snacks, whatever.
I've been to the shop that happens.
But like not
You're like walking away.
just grab one.
Is that for your ego?
Hey, how's it going? Good, good. This is all good. It's been 3 days. Hey there. I think that's how it is basically.
Yeah, I don't know where the
Are you gonna set up here?
For the power. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
like if I don't read.
Yeah, what is it? I'm gonna grab it so I can.
I had a business party. Yeah. I used that story for a while. If he ever got back, I was kind of transforming. I was wondering,
What was that?
a squishy chair because I especially considering. But then I thought this was clearly exactly. So now I'm going to watch computer using Jen and Raymond. This is like I have a Bobby head. Please see. I just get my it becomes a different sweater. I kind of feel like when you can wear it like fold down. Fold indicates.
And then I'm like, whoops. It's like really cold, so maybe you can do that. I got this big, like, long, fluffy black and like white and purple stripes. Obviously, New York and so the next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Sorry, 5.
No. I just this had a great combo of
Right.
Hi everyone.
Hello, Chris.
Hello. We're working on getting things started. My name is Lucas Stradaci. I am a writer and co-director of Lempira. So we're gonna get started in a second. Megan Juniper is going to kind of help with getting the reading assignments situated. And so we're gonna ask that if you are reading today to come in. We'll kind of have folks listening kind of out on the outer side. And so we're also trying to figure out who all is here. I believe so. Yeah. We have some.
So we'll do another round. Michaela?
Yes. Same here.
Michaela?
Sign that in a second. Mackenzie?
Jen McKenzie?
Kay Black?
He's not here.
All right. Thank you all for being here. Hannah. Hello. Awesome. Hannah's here.
You got a script?
Appa?
Yeah.
He's not here yet.
No.
Is he coming? I love. Okay. Yeah, maybe on that one. Zach.
Here.
You got a script?
Antonio. Maria.
No.
We have Lily. We have you as. I would show you. There's several people. Oh, weird. There's lots of small.
Use that to grab attention, saying that they're pretty good. So because of
Yeah. Okay.
JD, you wanted to read? You'll be Chief Mullen.
Erwin?
Here. You got a script?
Or Lempira? What did you Chief Malik went to JD? Okay, so that's fine.
Okay. Is my own on?
He's 2 years old. We got him right after the election because it's like
No issue.
good in the world. Kind of high the Arab blood that what's the Catholic president, so.
Conquistador 2.
Thank you.
Abby?
Abby Warren?
Yeah. Sorry, Conquistador 3, Jungle, Lincoln.
And Abby, are you good reading on your tablet or already set up?
This would be easier, actually.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Rocky?
Here.
Columbus?
Cool. Well,
Benjamin?
Here's a picture of
We have you as 4.
Yeah.
Lauren? Scott?
They'll get along.
Nathan Kane? We have River Lincoln Warrior 4. Kyra
Right here.
Chris, Mountain Lenka Warrior.
Okay.
Mel?
I'll take it.
And then Emmett?
They're not besties, but they I think they're
Warrior is great. The other ones, or what do we need to read?
I don't know what it is.
Or no, Michaela? No, he's here now, right? Michaela is so gentle and
Merge those together.
So like going for more
Man.
We have Jungle.
It's a good thing that I use my gaslight melodies for comedy instead of for evil.
Yeah, there's okay.
No! Yeah. I'm guessing that was just a couple minutes ago. Yeah. Oh, so do I have a part?
Yeah, only for we'll do it for the
Hey everybody! Thank you for coming. Can I have a show of hands if you are interested in reading, but you didn't sign up on the thingy? Okay, we got 2. This is great. I love this. 3. Anybody else? All right. All right. I'm gonna ask for your help remembering who raised the hands, but 5 people that are looking for parts who are not assigned. Thank you very much. We're gonna get that handed out.
I saw your perfect part message.
We got here. Yeah, Maximus.
Did you just drop lettuce on my head? Oh, I did. Oh well. I don't care. I love that. I don't know which one. Pick up salt on the ground. Yeah, like you need to be scanning.
This is.
Oh, right. I mean, yeah.
That whole was? Alright. Okay, then I
And then, yeah. I feel like
almost pro.
Yeah,
Ted, can you read for Balaam and Mountain Language Warrior?
Just go ball lights. So one bolts one switch and it just starts that, turns those on.
Captain. You got it.
Council member 2. Jungle Lenka Warrior.
Oh, wow. Jungle Link. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be maybe peppering some of these in.
definitely need to.
so there you go.
Oh, we got plenty of scripts. That's great. Yeah, yeah, totally good. Okay, so let's do that row.
Third person recommended. Just fine. Recommending it to everyone. It's so.
At you, Robbie.
I don't know the show.
None of us do because we're all reading it first.
So Jungle Lenka Warrior. Is there anyone else?
Would you like a thing to write?
Has not been assigned a
apart yet.
We're cool. We
But not in real life.
Pen coming your way, and I'm gonna get back to you.
Exactly.
Two council one.
Jungle 2
Council like they could at the time and they couldn't play the tier. They couldn't. Oh wow. And River.
And I didn't catch your name.
I think you know Justin.
Thanks for coming.
WASD. He used to be a still sound. He played guitar.
My phone tried adding my phone.
Got it. Austin and I became Austin.
She's like one of our first sponsors. Yeah, she was our first deal because she's like,
Justice. Hear ye! This meeting is now called to order.
Welcome everyone to Lempira. As I said before, I am one of the writers, co-director, so hoping to show forward and lead us into a really awesome and great production. I want to thank everybody for being here today. I know the weather is kind of crappy. There's a game, a Ravens game later, so call. As a matter of fact, our co-director Gabe is meeting our Ravens and in the band today, so we wish him luck in the whole.
Give it up for Gabe.
So we will have to leave this battle instead.
So what we're gonna do to get started, if you are reading, go ahead and raise your hand.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna have everyone just do like a quick, super quick, pronouns, like, how long you've been with bros, and we're just gonna go through everybody. I'm gonna make a quick statement about the show, and then we will get started. So, JD, do you wanna?
Hey, I'm John DeCampas. I'm Region Chief Moloch, and I'm one of the co-founders of Bros. I've been here for a long time. I'm psyched to be here. This is gonna be awesome. Thank you. Thank you for my.
Hi, I'm Hannah, she, her pronouns. I'm reading Chief Oppo, and I guess it's like my second year with Bros. It's like also to be here.
Hi, I'm Peace, he, him, it, and you. I performed in Gold Night, and I've been going to Bros shows for almost, I don't know how long, but a very long time. Feels like forever, and I'm so happy to be here. He, him, I guess a year. Whenever
Since the Big Bang.
Yeah, since the Big Bang.
The Bros event, not the original Big Bang.
I was just gonna let people wonder if they didn't know what that meant.
I'm Maxim, he, him, and I've been with us since 2022.
Matthew, several guys, he, him. It's been 8 months since my last confession.
Let's go back around. Sorry. It's just people.
Oh.
Okay, hi, I'm Lily. Pronouns are she, her. And my first show was Computer That Loves.
Hello, Erwin Otero. Hablo español también. First time in reading with Bros. Very excited to do this.
Mariela. I'm going to be reading Juristi. First time here y hablo español.
I'm Benjamin Franklin, he, him. I'm reading Kind, and my first time here, and I'm also so very excited.
Nice.
My name is Lauren, she, her, and this is my first time here, and I'm reading for the River Lanka Warriors group.
Hi, I'm Kay. They, them pronouns. I've been Glitterous, and I'm reading for Jungle Linka Warrior, Door Captain, excuse my Spanish, y'all, and Council Member 2. I haven't took Spanish since high
Caramba.
Hi, I'm Eli, he, him. I'll be reading number 2 up until about 5, and I've been a part of Bros since show.
I'm Nathan, he, him. I'll be River Lanka Warrior 4. I've been with Bros for, I guess it's
nice. I'm Ernan. My first show was Faceless for Kazmeo.
I'm Abby, she, they. I've been with Rose since Shakespeare, and I'll be reading for Jungle Linka Warrior 4 and
I'm Chris, he, him. I'll be reading for Mountain Lanka Warrior 4, and let's see, this counts 12 years that I've been with Bros.
I'll go real quick. Hi, I'm Cassie. I've been with here for 34 minutes. I'll be reading a couple Jungle Lanka Warrior 2, Council Member 1, and River Lanka Warrior 1.
I'm Ted. I've been with Bros since Six Pack. I'll be reading Gollum and another card.
Hi, I'm Lindsay. I've been with Bros a few years, whenever Glarus was. She, her, and by process of elimination, I think I am River Lincoln Warrior 2.
Wounded River Lincoln.
Wounded, very important.
I can read. That's the thing I can do too. And aprendiendo español.
I'm Emmett, he, him, and this is my first year with Bros.
I'm Mel, they, them, or El en español, and I've been attending Bros shows since 2009, but the first one I was involved with was Constellations and Crossroads, and later Space Kumite, 5-6 years now. And I'm reading Mountain Lanka Warrior 2.
Have we missed any readers?
Really quick, I think we should all give a round of applause for anybody who's here for.
Yes. I also want to hand it off, or pass it off to Sebastian, our show creator.
Oh, me.
So like I said, my name is Lucas Strachey. Pronouns are he, him. Been with Bros since the first Grundlehammer, and Murder Castle was the first show I really got into. For folks that are bilingual, if you would like to read in Spanish, we absolutely encourage you to. You have to if you don't want to, but you are welcome to. And if you don't feel comfortable reading the Spanish, you can just read the English, but most of the script is in both. There is a content warning that I'd like to just read real quick. Lempira is a story based on real historical events. As a result, in this reading, there are depictions of racial and colonial violence and subjugation, violation of consent / sexual assault, specifically pages 48 to 50. Everybody aware before we get deep into everything. The rest is just a little, I guess, the artistic process of the show. The Linka Jaguar people were the indigenous population of modern-day Honduras and El Salvador. They had a rich culture, developed cities, and a thriving trade. Lempira, the main character of the show, was a real person who united the Linka in their fight against the conquistadors over decades of war and resistance. He never met Columbus, who was also a character in this show. The of both of these historical icons, Lempira in Central America and Columbus's impact on the New World. We wanted the show to be presented bilingually. However, the Spaniards in this show will not speak Spanish, that is, the conquistadors. This was an intentional choice that the creators of the show wrestled with, and a right choice to be made. While the conquistadors historically spoke Spanish, Spanish is now the native language intrinsic to the culture of the Lenca descendants to this day. The English-speaking audience to look past the barrier of language to identify with the Spanish-speaking characters through their song. Rest assured, there will be subtitles during the show, not during. And so, I will also. I will be stage directions and anything in the
So this show, as is right now, is going to be like sung through, like it's music, like top to bottom, non-stop metal. But for this one here, what we're gonna do is that we're just gonna go through the. We're probably gonna get to like intermission from the first act, and then we're just gonna play like a couple demos from like some of the specific scenes, so the way we're not like stopping and going. And we're probably gonna do the same thing for the second act. You know, we're just gonna go through it, and at the end, we're just gonna play some of that, so that way you guys get an idea of like the sounds and like the vibes that each scene have per se.
Yeah.
That's it.
For anyone who hasn't been in the space before, if you go through the story to the left, there's bathrooms. If you go through the story, there is a fridge with alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages.
And now also the water cooler up there.
I was gonna say if they're
no
mission
guarantee the
transfers
rest, right?
from faceless, they're not gonna be. They're really good. Yeah, they are really good. All right. Without further ado, let's get it started. So, projections in front of the stage. The ethereal land of the gods. Colors/visual motifs for each god as their aspects of the world are displayed. Colored beams of light representing the gods, the creation of the world, and moments in history are projected onto a fog screen in front of the stage. Very abstract and ethereal. Dim blue lighting of a still and world yet to be born. Blue for knowledge, wisdom, and excel.
In 1490, Columbus sails the ocean blue. History claims. Oh, sorry.
Dim red light at the stage of the screen grows.
History claims he discovered a new world, but the world he found was empty. It was our world. It was our world civilization. This is not his story. This is the story of the Lenca and our greatest hero, Lempira.
Dim yellow light grows into a bright sunrise and the birth of the Lenca.
We say that the God earth and the sky and planted a great ceiba tree in the earth. Its roots dug deep into the underworld, and its branches lifted the sky into the heavens. The space between was left for life. We say they made life of many kinds, but none were ever enough, until they created people from corn and cocoa beans, and humankind was born, and they become us, the Lenca people. Las lluvias nos bañan, limpiando nuestro corazón. La página blanca, un cuento que vive en el alma con vos.
The fog screen clears and the full set, a jungle clearing, is revealed as the show moves fully into the physical world for the remainder of the scene. Trees and vines cover the background. Small plants and saplings dot the stage. Soft light drifts through the canopy of leaves above. Motal, clad in the jaguar cowl, wielding a double-bladed spear axe, and his soldiers enter stage left during the set transition. By the time the lights are up, they are stealthily moving across the stage.
A este camino nos vamos a agarrar desprevenidos. Una mitad por enfrente, la otra por atrás.
No entiendo. Oh, sorry.
Motal and his soldiers exit stage right or hide camouflage with the set, shortly followed by Lempira, armed with bow and obsidian knife in back sheath. Yuritsi unarmed, Jungle Link and warriors armed with bows, entering from stage left. Lempira has a hand to his ear, straining to listen.
No entiendo, Yuritsi. ¿Qué están diciendo?
Buscan sorprendernos cuando vayamos por este lugar.
Lempira begins pointing and signaling to his soldiers, who take up fighting stances defensively on the stage left side of the clearing.
Todos en sus puestos. No hay margen de error. Mejores que nosotros creen que son, pero somos nosotros quienes vamos a ganar.
Lempira steps in front of his group and into the clearing at center stage. Suddenly, River Lincolns jump out in front and behind of Lempira and company. Jungle Lincoln warriors dispatch rear ambushers almost immediately. 2 River Lincoln warriors grab Eurytsi, who struggles, afraid. Lempira swiftly and calmly dispatches the first warrior with an arrow. He runs toward the second and uses his bow to parry and deflect spear thrusts before closing the gap and getting close enough to snap the other warrior's neck. Eurytsi stumbles back into the protection of the other Jungle Lincoln warriors as 4 more River Lincoln warriors enter from stage right and approach Lempira. Lempira holds up a hand telling his soldiers not to interfere. Lempira fights the remaining River Lincolns as his soldiers sing. Yellow Ahukin lighting for the strength of the Lincolns.
Los ojos se queman si lo quieres mirar. Su fuerza mueve la marea en el mar. La leyenda en el alma crece.
English vocals with strong red shock ballet lighting.
Long live the mountain.
Lempira stands triumphant and arms raised over the dead River Lincoln warriors, soaking in the praise from his soldiers. Eurytsi watches on, disturbed and looking towards the dead bodies rather than Lempira. Motal bursts from stage left, his weapon drawn and raised high.
Lempira! Yo Motal, lascarar del jaguar y campeón de los lencas del río. Estoy aquí a darte la muerte.
Ese maldito acento. Eurytsi, ¿qué diablos dicen?
Él es el líder. Tú pelea, te aguarda.
¿Eso es todo? Pues, acepto.
The Jungle Lincoln warriors sing Lempira's praises as Lempira and Motal fight. Lempira fires an arrow at Motal, and Motal dodges it. He begins to attack him with his spear. They are evenly matched at first. Both Motal and Lempira get in a hit or two. Motal then disarms Lempira. Motal presses the attack and gets Lempira into a grapple, squeezing him with the spear. Lempira escapes and breaks the spear in two. Motal then continues to attack Lempira with both halves. Lempira is expertly dodging and then draws his obsidian knife. He counterattacks and the knife arcs through the air as he pushes Motal back. Lempira disarms Motal and drives him to his knees. Yellow Ahukin waiting for the strength of the Lincolns.
Los ojos se queman si lo quieres mirar. Su fuerza mueve la marea en el mar. Motal no tienes lugar sin suerte. Desgracia te busca en la muerte. Morir, ver es tu fe.
English vocal is strong red shock ballet lightning.
Now tremble at the presence of the king.
Fear, death, at the glory of the mountain king. Fear, death, at the glory of the mountain.
Back to Yellow Ahukin lighting for the strength of the Lincoln.
Sus flechas recorren el mundo sin miedo a parar. El ave respira la niebla en el mar fatal. Su lanza el destino marcó sin piedad. Las piedras se quiebran de un golpe.
English vocal is strong red shock ballet lighting.
Tremble at the presence of the king. Fear, death, at the glory of the mountain king. Fear, death, at the glory of the mountain king.
The music cuts out with Motal on his knees before Lempira. Red light fills the stage.
No queda más.
Por favor, Lempira. Mi gente. Perdóname.
Lempira no. Ya lo derrotaste.
A flash of blue light with Eurytzi's line is quickly overpowered by red. Lempira is in merciless pose.
La muerte te espera.
He brings the knife down in a shining arc. Motal screams and dies. The music ends with Motal's death. Lempira kneels down to Motal body and takes the jaguar cowl, the hide of a great jaguar. The head acts as a hood, the forepaws draped down like a vest, the rest like a cape, and its eyes placed with gleaming emeralds. Eurydice falls to her knees behind him, overcome with emotion. Lempira holds up the cowl and admires it as the scene changes behind him. The lights turn to night, and the bodies are pulled upstage, leaving Lempira and Eurydice alone at a campfire. Lempira is still admiring the jaguar cowl. Eurydice has taken a seat.
No entiendo por qué él tuvo que morir. Él aceptó la...
En la guerra, morir es el máximo honor. Le regalé una vida sin dolor. Además, todos sabrán que soy el mayor guerrero.
Lempira holds the jaguar cowl tight in his fist. Face of the skin.
Entonces, esto fue por orgullo, no por matar, no por ganar, fue por ganar la capa del jaguar. Él podría haber vivido.
Lempira casts his eyes down, still admiring the cowl. Jungle Lincoln 4 runs onto the stage. Lempira away from the jaguar for the first time since he got it.
Lempira, un mensaje vino de otro clan. Vino los lenguas del río. Sorry, I'm just gonna do English. They captured some of our men, but they would trade them back for the jaguar cowl.
¡Eso jamás! Si la quieren de vuelta, tendrán que luchar contra mi ser.
But Lempira, our people, our warriors are trapped.
¡Eso jamás!
¿Los dejarás morir?
Que vengan por mí, si lo que quieren es pelear. Diles que no les daré lo que yo con honor conseguí.
Lempira stands and ceremoniously dons the jaguar cowl, a mix of red and yellow like rose, turning fully red by the end of Lempira's lines.
Eurydice, usa tu bendición de Ixel. La capa del jaguar yo jamás se las daré. Sobre mi muerte eso lo tendrán. Si guerra, pues guerra tendrán. Díselo, Eurydice. Traducir para ellos. Usa tu bendición de Ixel para algo útil. Nos reagrupamos al salir el sol.
A drastic music change and lighting shift from the Chocbole's red to the blue of Ixchel. Blue of night. Eurydice, scorned and disappointed, exits stage right with the messenger. Lempira triumphantly strolls to stage right. The lighting transitions to sunrise, and then the jungle leaves as we move to the next day on the same battlefield. Song sounds through the jungle. A toucan caws loudly. The bodies/wounded river Lincolns lay upstage in the jungle clearing. Antonio and 4 other conquistadors enter from stage left. All are wearing metal armor and metal masks. They stomp through the jungle, clunky. They remain downstage, not noticing the dead and dying river Lincolns. Antonio trips and falls to his knees behind the other conquistadors. He removes his mask. The toucan continues to call loudly.
Please, wait for me. I can't see with this thing on.
Columbus warned you, mask is on at all times.
While Antonio sings, Conquistador 2 begins ripping a plant out of the ground. The toucan continues to call loudly. Soft blue light with Antonio, small bursts of red with the other conquistadors.
There's a new land to see! Spices, herbs, and crops! Unknown cures for disease! Hey, wait, stop!
Antonio grabs Conquistador 2, now holding the limp plant outstretched. The toucan continues to call loudly.
You really think I want...
Well, not that.
Why are you even here? I thought you were our doctor.
So did I.
Blue light grows stronger with Antonio.
Then let me clear the air. Medical attention. I am capable, I do suppose. But I'm here for scholarship in botany. Have you heard of those?
Spoken pompously.
As a recent graduate of the School of Botany and Horticulture, I have been entrusted by the Crown to...
The toucan continues to call loudly. As Antonio speaks, Conquistador Captain gets progressively more irritated until he reaches down and picks up a rock.
Will you
Conquistador Captain throws the rock up in the jungle canopy, Antonio cowers. The toucan call abruptly ends with a squawk and a crack, and the bird falls to the ground from above, struck by the rock. Blue light transitions to red.
Nice throw.
Antonio hurries to the fallen toucan, holding it gently in his hands, and the blue light returns.
What have you done?
I made some peace and quiet. Now we can get back to our assignment. Find fresh water, get to camp, and get out of this accursed jungle.
Poor thing. I can't believe they threw.
Keep that up, and next time.
Conquistador captain scoffs over to Conquistadors 2, 3, and 4. They mime a conversation, insulting Antonio with their backs to him. Antonio gently strokes the toucan, making quiet, soothing sounds. In a burst of feathers and flapping wings, and automation that Antonio's actor turns on, the toucan is pulled by a wire up and on stage. The lighting dims downstage, and all shifts to a muddy mix of colors and certain feelings, highlighting the fallen warriors upstage. But joyed by the toucan's sudden flight, Antonio follows the toucan with his eyes. His smile disappears when he sees the dead and dying River Lincolns upstage. Wounded River Lincoln begins moaning softly. Antonio cautiously and slowly makes his way toward the wounded warrior, in stark contrast to his rush to hold the fallen toucan. Antonio kneels down to examine the moaning Lincoln warrior. The Lincoln warrior quickly reaches up to grab Antonio at the collar, smearing a bloody handprint down Antonio's chest piece. Antonio screams. Dim red chocolat lights as Antonio scrambles, breathing fast. He's beginning to panic. He looks around him and sees there are many bodies lying in the upstage jungle clearing.
Captain, help!
Startled, the other 4 conquistadors make their way to Antonio, swords drawn.
There are natives here. And one's alive. It touched me. I can't do my job like this.
Gesturing to the bloody streak on his armor.
Do something! Kill it!
Red shock lightning intensifies.
Really, Antonio? You 3, fan out and check the bodies. If they're anything like the savages from the last expedition, they're best when they're dead. And don't forget to check for gold.
Their conquistadors go to each River Lincoln warrior one at a time, first plunging their chest and then removing their necklaces and any jewelry. Antonio moves up center stage, his back turned to what's happening behind him.
His bleeding hands stained this land, tainted our new world. They never learn. Now it's our turn. The place is ours to hold.
Yuritsi, 4 of his warriors enter and promptly surround Antonio. Yellow lighting follows the Lincoln on stage. The other conquistadors upstage are too busy and pillaging to notice Antonio shakily draws his sword.
Wait, when did you get here? Back, don't get too near. The will of God protects me from your savage ways.
Esto no vale. No es necesario esto. Espada para matar a tan pobre ser.
Lempira hits Antonio in the face without drawing his weapon. Antonio falls to the ground and drops his sword. Antonio frantically crawls towards the other conquistadors. Lempira signals for his warriors to fire their arrows at him, but they bounce off his armor. The other conquistadors turn at the commotion and see the Lincoln warriors. Antonio scrambles for cover as the other conquistadors each fight a Lincoln warrior one-on-one. Watches from a distance as his men struggle. Antonio hides behind the captain. All Lincoln's blow glance off the conquistador's armor, but the Lincoln warriors swiftly evade any conquistador's strikes. Finally, the conquistador slashes the leg of his captain, Balam. Lempira quickly runs up and easily sweeps the captain's legs, knocking him to the ground. Before Lempira can attack, Antonio darts out, hoisting the injured Balam himself and Lempira. Yuritsi stops Lempira from still ways. Similar to the tides of battle, yellow and red lighting battle for control of the stage.
Retreat! Retreat! He's too strong for us! Take the captive with you and let's go back to the shore.
Yellow light wins. The conquistadors shove their combatants and begin scrambling off stage. Conquistador 2 helps the captain with the captive Balam. The other 3 Lincoln warriors draw their bows and take aim at the retreating conquistadors. but Lempira puts up his hand at them. The conquistador exit with their captive.
Cobardes son, pero nuestras flechas no hacen daño. Dejarlos.
Pero tienen a Balaam.
Balaam no tenía fuerza, y es más interesante lo que hay aquí en nuestra tierra.
Lempira moves downstage towards Antonio's fallen sword. He picks it up.
Yuritsi, bendícenos con tu regalo de Ixel.
Blue Ixchel lighting grows as Yuritsi sings sadly.
That cold steel blade, he was so afraid. This world we've made.
The jungle Lincoln warriors surround Lempira as he raises the sword high in the air. The blue light transitions to red and yellow as they sing.
Long live the king!
Yuritsi tries to get a word in, but she's pushed aside by the other warriors. They're much interested in praising Lempira and seeing his new weapon. Completely distracted by their flattery. Lempira swings the sword around in his hands, getting a feel for it, and immediately has a mastery. Lempira takes various fighting stances and demonstrating different attacks and moves with the sword in a choreographed dance-like way. His warriors sing his praises. Yuritsi watches from the side, impressed but disappointed in finding the showmanship distasteful. Yellow light grows strong for Alpine.
Sus flechas recorren el viento parar. El aire respira la noche fatal. Su lanza el destino marca sin piedad. Las piedras se quiebran de un golpe. El filo del cuchillo con garras del jaguar.
English vocal with strong red chocolat lighting. Lempira makes his way to Antonio. He lifts Antonio to his feet with one arm, pushes him around, continuing making it clear to Antonio that he could kill him at any moment if he wanted to.
Now tremble at the presence of the king.
Fear death at the glory of the mountain king. Fear death at the glory of the mountain king. Fear death at the glory of the mountain king. Fear death at the glory of the mountain king.
Big ol' last chord. We begin in the abstract plane of the gods. Colored shadow puppets projections on a fog screen that drops down from the truss above the stage. The gods are ethereal beings of light, vaguely humanoid but very abstract. They each have a signature color, as we've already established. Later, the council room at the Jungle Lincolns. The set can be minimalist and altered to one side. Color motifs and aesthetics match others used for Jungle Lincoln set pieces. The lights are dark as a jaguar growls and the music begins. The glowing red form of Chocolat appears in the smoke, jovially floating through the air.
Oh, how lovely. The Spaniards' massacre paired with that delicious feast from Lempira. Oh, the way that Spaniard twisted his blade. Delectable. And the way Lempira left his men to die. Scrumptious. If only the Spaniards would kill each other too. Or the Lenca. They may kill some Spaniards before this is through. What an excellent dessert that would make.
Longingly.
But Lempira, the one they call Columbus.
The yellow Ahukin enters from the stage right with a flash of light. Chocolat and his aura to the stage left of the smoke screen.
Shock, stop your rambling. Those deaths were not the same. Lempira killed honor. Those Spaniards killed helpless men in vain.
Alkin, the noble god. So brave and yet so foolish. Those deaths were not the same. The spirit of Motal would beg to differ.
The dark silhouette of the dying Motal is projected center, along with the distorted sound of last words and dying scream.
Por favor, Lempira. Mi gente, mi clan. Perdóname.
Chocolat slashes through the ears.
He seemed pretty helpless to me.
Motal was a warrior. He knew the risks when he challenged Lempira.
A warrior? The Spaniards killed warriors.
The Spaniards are not a part of this war.
Not yet.
The blue form of Ixchel descends from the top of the smoke screen, pushing Ahu and Shak corners, to the lower corners.
You two, is war the only thing you're capable of thinking about? There are other ways to solve conflict, other aspects to life besides glory and battle. We can work together.
The smoke screen falls away and projections fade away as the music transitions from Shakbole Part 1 to Shibalba. The end of Ixchel lines overlap with the start of Eurydice. Behind the smoke screen, Eurydice is up center stage matching Ixchel, Lempira is downstage left matching Shakbole, and she is downstage right matching Arukin. 3 other council members are at the periphery of the stage. The Lincolns and the council room are revealed as the smoke clears.
To life besides glory and battle, we can work together. That's why I asked to train under you, Lempira. We can learn from each other. La vida es más que la gloria en la guerra. Lempira, ¿no ves? Juntos tenemos que verla. Por eso pedí poder entrenar contigo.
Eres joven, Eurydice. A veces la guerra es la respuesta. Por eso esto.
Lempira hands her a sheath obsidian knife.
The next time you lose it, I won't give it back. Now sit. Wait. La próxima vez que no te lo devolveré. Ahora toma asiento.
Lempira pushes Eurydice to a seat. She sits, upset, and reluctantly put on the knife and sheath. Chief Appo walks beside her to put a hand on her and comfort her, and though at first successful,
Eurydice, eres inteligente, con una bendición eterna. La diosa de la luna te complementa, por eso tenemos que aprendieras con tu primo, y bajo su brazo debes aprenderle de los demás, para que un día tú estarás en el trono eterno.
Exacto. La muerte es parte de la vida. Hay que aceptar que el agua de liderazgo es fría. ¿Tienes qué?
the council members begin out of turn as the instrumentation becomes more complex and busy.
Pero, Lempira, nosotros estamos preocupados.
La paz la hemos tenido sin ser conectados.
¿Cuál es strong? What?
No ocupamos armadas enteras para proteger nuestro santuario.
No pierdas la cabeza, Lempira. Los dioses miran nuestras almas. ¿De matar sin razón?
Eso es lo que estaba tratando de decir.
Yuri stand, but is interrupted by Apo as he starts singing.
El alma es la ventana de nuestros sueños y anhelos. Estás en un camino hecho de...
Apo, lo hago esto por el bien de nuestra ciudad. Es la verdad.
Escucha mis palabras ya. La guerra no es un don. Pelear no es solución. No hay camino que al final sea por sangre botar. La profecía grita hoy palabras de Ixchel de Toy. Quetzal va a un funeral celestial.
Jibalba. Jibalba.
Lempira, tienes que encontrar razón y calma antes de actuar. Busques guerra donde no hay. Eres un líder, actúa tal. Joaquín te benedicio, no pierdas sus palabras hoy. Quetzalcóatl va a un funeral celestial.
Jibalba. Jibalba.
Lempira stomps across the stage, frustrated and angry. He reaches the far side of the council room where weapons and equipment from his troops' latest expedition are laying. He throws weapons to the side as he searches through the pile. Lempira takes a spear from the river lane and an entire sword in the other. Brandishing the weapons, he heads back towards Eurydice, Apo, and the council. Lempira raises the sword high above his head and throws it to the ground. The sword stabs into the ground. Hills up.
Esto es lo que nuestros enemigos usan. Esto.
Lempira swings the River Lincoln spear at the sword, easily slicing the shaft in two.
Es que me atacó antes. Les doy una oportunidad de decirme que no acaba en guerra. Única.
Eurydice rises from her seat and pushes through the council members to face Lempira.
¿Estás seguro que son enemigos? No sabemos. Podemos conseguir respuestas sin castigos. Donde Ixchel siempre está conmigo.
Lempira exasperated and frustrated, but at the same time impressed with Yuritsu's confidence.
Do you really think you know what's best? You are still a child? Is that in English? Lempira's reading in English?
I think you can say it in Spanish.
Oh, the Spanish version.
It's in the front, right here.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Sorry. ¿Crees que sabemos demasiado? Tu juventud te ha cegado. En guerras luché, muerte esquivé. ¿Y dices que no es mi ser? Hoy, me muestras hoy que sí sabes lo mejor.
Lempira towers over Yuritsu.
La guerra está ahí. Muestra el fin, como acabar en Sanville.
Yuritsu heads stage left, head down and withdrawn, blue shell lighting.
¿Cómo sé si enemigo es? No sé, pero un chance hay de demostrar lo que puedo hacer.
Yuritsu turns triumphantly towards Lempira. Yellow ahukin lighting accompanies the blue.
Les mostraré quién puedo ser, sin muerte, con placer. Con paz de un no hay juicio hoy, es momento de brillar.
Lempira, Apo, and the council members stand as a group, all pointing off stage left and dancing on Yuritsu.
Tu chance es hoy. No pierdas la fe. Tu chance es hoy.
Ixel, dame tu bendición. Si es
verdad.
Hay que luchar. No pierdas más.
Solo un tiempo.
End on a big chord with Yuritsu holding off her final note. Jungle Link, a warrior 4, bursts into the room panting.
Lempira, he encontrado a las bestias de metal. Ellos se acercan a la ciudad y ellos tienen a Balan. Ay, audaz.
Esta es la oportunidad que tanto buscabas, primito.
Outside the Jungle Linka city, one side of the stage has the same vines and plants that we've seen before. The other has the foliage pulled back to reveal the stonework structures behind it, the city of the White Monkey. Jungle Lincoln warriors and Chief Apo stand defensively on the city side of the stage. City from the jungle side of the stage. The conquistadors move energetically. Columbus walks in front calmly, with disgust, directly following a battered and beaten Balaam. Balaam falls to his knees in the city. Columbus swings his sword to cut off Balaam's hand, then kicks him. Balaam collapses weakly. At this signal, the conquistadors start attacking the city. Destruction abounds. Conquistadors knock over set pieces, statues, etc., and begin fighting the Jungle Lincoln warriors guarding the city. During the commotion, Lempira and Yuritsu enter. Yuritsu tries to approach a conquistador kindly, but he's sword at her. She dodges away, and Lempira kills the attacker. Yuritsu watches on warily, lacking the confidence from the previous. Lempira glares at Columbus from across the battlefield, watching Columbus revel in the destruction, delighted that his conquistador's armor is protecting them from harm.
Todo este ataque es de maldad. Aquí solo buscaban matar. ¿Qué guerra quieren aquí encontrar? Sus armas hechas de metal. Si quieren guerra, eso les puedo dar. Sin miedo ir, sin miedo dar.
Lempira joins the battle, and though he easily incapacitates and disarms any conquistadors he meets, most return to their feet, protected by their armor, and largely unharmed. Even so, Columbus is shocked that his men are being bested. As Columbus sings, he makes his way towards Lempira, who is fighting his way towards center stage.
He's fast and clearly knows the fight. His limits seem sight. Who is this one fighting in this war? Chance that he'll stop all our might. Still, savages they all are. No one can stand at the power of the crowd.
Is Lempira from behind and draws his sword. Lempira is still fighting other conquistadors. As Columbus raises his sword to attack, Lempira turns and grabs Columbus's arm. They stare at each other.
We will fight. We won't fall. We will fight. We won't fall.
Lempira fends off Columbus and they start fighting. Lempira clearly is the better fighter, deftly dodging any blows, but he cannot put Columbus. His armor is too strong.
Ooh, we will defend. We will protect our world. Ooh, we will defend. We will protect our world.
Lempira breaks off the fighting with Columbus to protect his warriors from attacking conquistadors. Around the stage, the Jungle Inca warriors are falling to the conquistadors. Lempira is the only one not being overwhelmed.
Buscan aquí, que quieren encontrar. Así me ven las tribus y mi clan. Él mata sin buscar honor, su alma busca dar dolor, la muerte dentro del corazón. No puedo dudar, no puedo. Esto aquí tiene que terminar.
Lempira continues to see his warriors struggling around him. He begins to fight less and starts defending them from attacks, drawing conquistadors away from them. Anytime he gets close to Columbus, other conquistadors block his path, or Lempira is drawn away to save one of his people. The conquistadors have all ended up on the city side of the stage, the Linca on the jungle side, Lempira and Columbus at center stage on respective sides. Lempira lunges at Columbus with his spear, but before he can reach, Columbus pulls Antonio between them. Lempira's spear plunges between Antonio's armor and into his right armpit. Columbus pulls out the arquebus gun and aims it at Lempira's head. Smiling smugly, Columbus releases Antonio, who falls to the ground. As Antonio falls, it's revealed that Lempira's knife poised to break through the weak point in Columbus's armor.
Ni un paso más, monstruo de horror.
Columbus doesn't understand what he says, but he clearly knows that it's a threat. Columbus fires his gun as Lempira strikes his arm away. The two separate in the skirmish, both unharmed.
Conquistadors! What do they deserve? Death! 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 Death!
Not the most unified conquistador.
Mi gente, ¿quién nos guía?
Joaquín, 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 Joaquín.
Both sides start moving closer to the movement around Columbus and Lempira.
Es una tragedia lo que hay en nuestro hogar. Y entiendo que es parte de mi mal. No hay alma ni corazón en tu lugar. Y eso tiene que cambiar.
The lights go dark, then return as a spotlight on Columbus and Lempira at center stage. They slowly approach each other, weapons still raised. Then, Lempira sees a conquistador sneaking among the Linca behind him. Lempira puts a spear into the gap of the conquistador's armor and charges, killing him. But, when Lempira is distracted, Columbus and the conquistador captain capture Yuritsi and Chief Apo.
¡No! ¡Yuritsi! ¡No te dejaré atrás!
Lempira, ve, salva nuestra ciudad y gente. Ve ya.
¡No! ¡Jamás!
Nuestra gente hay que salvar.
Lempira and Yuritsi reach for each other, almost touching hands, but the conquistadors begin exchanging their swords for guns, and Lempira relents. Lempira gives a signal to retreat, and the Linca begin exiting from the jungle side of the stage. The lights grow red, and a spotlight follows Lempira off stage.
Salvaré nuestro hogar, salvaré nuestro hogar, salvaré nuestro hogar. En nombre de Akim, juro que jamás te dejaré atrás.
The music becomes quiet as Lempira, a circle of white light grows in the center stage around the captured Chief Apo, an island in a sea of red. Columbus is in front of them and then turns to Chief Apo. He runs his golden necklace, rips it off his neck, and puts it in his pocket. The music resumes.
This land, this place, this treasure lost in dirt, savages that don't know what it is. The holy glory awaits for me.
Columbus gets behind the chief and puts one hand on his shoulders. The chief looks scared, but Columbus takes an obsidian knife from a sheath on the chief's side.
Oh God, I beg thee, please, for their sake, have mercy on my soul.
Columbus stabs the chief with the chief's own knife. The chief struggles as Columbus digs the knife in deep, twisting. Columbus raises his face to the sky, looking at the heavens. The red around the spotlight grows bright. The stage starts glowing bright red. Columbus's armor begins to glow red too, pulsing with a heartbeat.
Have mercy on my soul!
Columbus pulls out the knife and he pushes the chief down. One of the masked conquistadors comes with a piece of cloth and Columbus cleans the knife and his hand. He pushes the corpse with a foot and conquistadors remove it from the stage. Yuritsi watches horrified, then yells at Columbus in English with a pulsing blue light.
How could you do this? You monster! You...
Columbus grabs and pushes his face close to hers. Yuritsi freezes, terrified.
So you can speak. You see what I did was right. This is a chance. We're here to bring you light. Bow down, God, or we'll come down with wrath. Take all, leave none alive. We'll send you to your graves, thy chains at the gates of hell.
The stage slowly returns to white light. The spotlight slowly disappears. Conquistadors come on to surround Yuritsi. They don't touch her, but they pass her from one to the next, then stand firm behind Columbus. Columbus turns around to face Yuritsi and kneels down close. Gaze.
The blood and war. I see the scars you have. We are not here to fight, for fight is fair. We'll kill with spite.
Columbus stands and points to the chief's knife at Yuritsi, the tip against her. Columbus moves away, and the conquistadors bow one by one as he passes.
Your tears will paint your face as we walk and start the flames. This city, abundant in gold, will take it all.
Columbus at center stage motions, and all the conquistadors stand in unison.
Conquistadors!
Then sung.
Then go in stride! Follow!
A pulse of red light, ideally the shape of jaguar. Then the conquistadors swords back and forth in rhythm with the song.
Take all, leave alive. Take them to their graves. Their souls are chained at the gates of hell. Leave none alive. Take them to their graves. Their souls are chained at the gates of hell.
The conquistadors bring their swords down to their chests and slowly kneel. Meanwhile, Columbus holds the chief's knife high in the air and slowly brings it down to stare at it.
And this world will fall apart.
He holds the knife right in front of his chest.
And the glory of its demise.
Columbus moves quickly to... Conquistadors move out of his way as he walks towards her. He leans over to talk to her, circling.
You know the horror that awaits your tribe. This gold is ours now. No breathing soul will be left tonight. You saw, with steel we can end the waves.
The conquistadors all draw their swords across their in the cutthroat motion.
No one is a match for the kingdom of Spain. No one is a match for me. Long live our king!
Columbus walks away from Yuritsi. The conquistadors dance around the stage, synchronized movements, clashing swords with the music. The conquistador gives Columbus a piece of Linca pottery. As the solos play, Columbus moves to center ground and stomps on it. He takes the chief's gold necklace out from his pocket and holds that up instead. Lights are red and moving, similar to Iron Maiden's The Red and the Black.
Yeah.
The lights go for a spotlight on Columbus on center stage. Conquistadors continually walk up to Columbus and hand him gold artifacts and jewelry. All grows by his feet.
Take all, leave none alive. Take them to their graves. Their souls are chained at the gates of hell. Take all, leave none alive. Take them to their graves. Their souls are chained.
Columbus raises his hand to the sky as he finishes the line, clutching a gold necklace. Full lights come back up and the conquistadors surround Columbus. His armor starts pulsing with red light as the stage fills with fog.
Take all, leave none alive. To their graves, their souls are chained at the gates of hell. Take all, leave none alive. Take them to their graves, their souls are chained at the gates of hell.
All conquistadors and conquistadors have their swords raised in the air. All stage lights are deep, full red. The Riverlinka city colors and aesthetics match those seen from the Riverlinka warriors in Maltal from earlier. The Riverlinka city is haggard. There are women, children, and elders on stage. They move aimlessly, hungry, and tired. Riverlinkans see as Jungle Linka Warrior 3 enters. They are skittish, and a few villagers run to fetch the city elders. Jungle Linka Warrior 3 meets with two Riverlinkans. They pantomime an attempted conversation and frustration because they don't each understand each other's dialects well. Lempira and the other Linka begin entering. Most stay back, but Lempira joins the attempted conversation. All the Riverlinkans cower before back to hide. Chief Mullock, a tired old woman, arrives with a few warriors. She shoos away the group trying to have a conversation. All leave but Lempira, the river chief, and her accompanying warriors.
Lempira, I speak your tongue. What is this? Have you come here to strike us again?
Our city, nuestra ciudad ha caído a causa de bestias de metal. Ellos capturaron Apo, nuestros sacerdotes y Yuritse.
Your warriors were not enough. Try to look around before you talk. Did you bring that death here on your table? Have you brought it back again to strike us while we flail for air?
Lempira Linka curse him.
Lempira traidor.
We know who you are.
Lempira traidor.
The killer of Motal.
Lempira traidor.
You left us defenseless.
Lempira traidor.
When you killed our champion.
Half-length chorus from Demo.
The same men who attacked came to our city first, and they brought bloodshed. We thought you were a monster. Those men share your thirst. Look what we've become.
No es mi culpa que ellos hicieron a tu gente.
Of course we do. You killed Motal, our champion, in cold blood. He was our protector. Wear his cowl on your head like some kind of grim trophy. You dare to ask us for help?
Combate de honor. Digas a mi gente con honor.
Your victory? You killed Motal while he begged on his knees. Your thirst for glory robbed us of our protection. When those other men attacked us, they finished off what your army started. Look around. You are just as much to blame as those others.
During the chorus, Lempira is shoved around the stage and brought face to face with all the injured and helpless in the Riverlinka city. They see him as a monster, terrified. Lempira slowly fills with anger.
Lempira traidor.
Know who you are.
Lempira traidor.
The killer.
Lempira traidor.
You left us defenseless.
Lempira traidor.
When you killed our champion.
Lempira traidor.
We know who you are.
Lempira traidor.
You, the killer of Motal.
Lempira traidor. Lempira traidor.
When you killed our champion.
By the end of the chorus, Lempira has returned to stand in front of the river, his head hung in shame and fists clenched in anger.
Este lugar no es para mí. Jamás.
Lempira turns around and begins to leave. But,
however, we will not pass sentence on your people for the actions of you alone. You may stay in our city for the night, but you must leave in the morning, back to your city, to make war, to hide. It makes no difference to us. But hear this, Lempira. We will not fight your
Instrumental until only. The River Lenka chief turns with a flourish and exits with her warriors. As the song ends, everybody but Lempira slowly leaves the stage. The lights begin to dim. Lempira looks around for the first time, growing unsure of his path and losing confidence in himself. The lights go to night. Silence. In a continuation of the previous scene, Lempira is alone on the stage. The lights are dim blue from the moon. A spotlight shines far up stage right. Lempira heads to it, picks up and unrolls an animal skin and sits on the moon. Meanwhile, a second spotlight shines far up stage left, and the fog screen begins to fall. Enter Yuritsi, on either side by two conquistadors, one being an injured and bandaged Antonio. They shoot to the ground and exit. Yuritsi looks around, hugging her arm, then looks up to the moon longingly. Yuritsi begins to pray to Ixchel as Lempira lays down to sleep. We'll have to mess with the lighting screen and staging to get all of these elements to gel. In short, as Yuritsi sings, interacts with Ixchel on the fog screen, Lempira's monkey jaguar dream is enacted behind it on stage, slowly growing and then emerging from behind the screen. Below the lyrics for the song is a framework for the monkey jaguar dance. These things will happen in tandem, but are separated in the script for readability.
Ixchel, escúchame hoy. Lempira debe saber que la guerra llegó. Este sueño lo debemos contar. Sueños se duermen. Hoy tenemos que.
The ghostly blue form of Ixchel grows on the fog screen. Yuritsi to it, not directly seeing and hearing. This whole scene is very abstract and non-literal.
I hear you, Yuritsi. Lempira knows in his heart, I believe. You and I together in unison must act. I can't tell you to fight, but no to scream our battle cry.
Yuritsi and the projected Ixchel move in unison.
Or dreams in our hearts we cannot turn back. Or dreams in our hearts in the wisdom of our eyes. Las cadenas hay que romper sin piedad.
Things we have now to break apart.
En nuestra fuerza hay que confiar.
Our strength, we must trust it now.
La sangre hierve en el corazón.
In our hearts, blood boils strong.
Paso al frente, ninguno hacia atrás.
Forward, no turning back.
Oh, why we must now fight forever. Walk in the dreamer's path, in light of our fallen stars. The might that we dream and will, only together can win. You see me through the night, or blessing that shines in the sky. Lempira, follow your heart. I see the wisdom in your eyes.
Daughter of earth, daughter of land. In this world full of wrath, a true hero can take a stand. Your fiery soul, no spirit adrift. Your light, no shadow. This men in steel walk through the mist. A step can cave as they're full of.
We will stand, we won't die. We will stand, we won't die. We will stand, we won't die. We will stand, we won't die.
At this point, the monkey jaguar dances in swing.
We will live, we won't die. Made of stone, our souls and hearts are now. And the moon will light us in our path. Mark my words, Columbus, you will die.
Monkey jaguar choreography framework. As the music begins, lights come up on center stage on a single dancer, the Capuchin Monkey Dancer, or JCMD1. Stylized Capuchin monkey costume with jungle Lincoln elements. JCMD1 is playing with a conquistador helmet. From Lempira's side, another dancer, Jaguar Dancer, JD, stylized Jaguar armor costume, CMD1 playing with the helmet. As JD creeps closer, JCMD1 hears and scampers away. The helmet falls off. JD chases CMD1 in a series of near misses. JCMD1 is losing ground with each encounter. Lights come up on the jungle background and 5 other Capuchin monkey dancers pop up. One has Jungle Lincoln elements, JCMD 1 and 2. 2 have River Lincoln elements, RCMD 1 and 2. 2 have Mountain Lincoln elements, MCMD 1 and 2. Just as the JD is about to pounce on JCMD 1, JCMD 2 jumps out and pulls on JD's tail. JD wheels around to swipe at JCMD 2, and JCMD 1 escapes. As JD upon JCMD 2, JCMD 1 and RCMD 2 jump out, distract and pull on JD's tail, allowing JCMD 2 to escape and join JCMD 2. As JD lunges, RCMD 1 and RCMD 2, MCMD 1 and MCMD 2 jump out and distract JD. All of the CMDs are teaming up in pairs to goad and JD as he's unable to focus on one target. They're doing cool acrobatics and stylized dancing, while JD is getting sloppier and slower. As they continue to goad and prod the JD, they start pulling off parts of his jaguar hide to reveal armor underneath, reminiscent of Conquistador's armor. Once all of the armor has been revealed, the jaguar looks like a shiny armor jaguar and falls down in a tired heap. The CMD ones all scamper off in different directions. Spotlights come up on Lempira, bolt upright in their beds, and look across the stage towards each other. At the conclusion of the dream sequence, Lempira awakens from his dream, startled.
Yuritsi!
The lights go down, all but Lempira exit, and the music fades out. The River Lincoln chief enters and moves to center stage. The lights come back up, and Lempira walks to the chief.
Nuestra lista para caminar. Nos vamos a la montaña a sentir una unión.
It's Chief Moloch.
Oh, sorry, it's okay. Ha! If they have any sense, they would stay up in their fortress away from all this. Not even your army could breach their walls.
Tal vez, pero anoche Yuritsi me y solo unidos esta contra el hombre blanco va a terminar. Los Lencas deben unirse, todos nuestros.
The river chief Moloch nods, interested but wary.
Under whose control? Yours?
Yo no busco controlar a nadie. Quiero que acabe esto. Quiero que esta guerra llegue a su fin. Lo sé ahora.
Lempira kneels and takes off the jaguar cowl.
Por eso debo regresar esto. Me pertenece. La tribu del río el formidable. El control de los ríos será de mucha ayuda. Por eso debo regresar esto. La capa del jaguar.
Lempira hands the jaguar cowl to the River Lincoln chief.
Cuando encuentren un nuevo campeón, que Ixchel le dé la bendición de poder ver que solo unidos podemos vencer a las bestias de metal.
And what if they don't?
Entonces esas serán las leyendas, pero también dirán que Lempira reparó su error. La capa del jaguar fue tomada sin honor. En la leyenda de moral, él vivirá como eterno campeón. A las montañas a buscar cómo sanar nuestra tierra de este dolor.
Lempira exits the stage triumphantly. All exit as the lights grow dark and the fog screen descends. Its red form of Jacques Ballet flashes to life on the screen.
How the mighty fallen! Oh, Lempira, you really think this bloodshed? What you're doing is setting the table for my feast.
Jacques Ballet continues to laugh.
Everybody liked it, right? Everybody liked it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Before that break for intermission, Sebastian's going to play some of the music from the first act that we just read through to just kind of give you guys a feel for the kind of sound of the show and everything. And then after that we'll take how long should we do for? Like, we'll take a minute, 10, 15. Sounds good. So everyone gets a chance to use the restroom.
Cool. Yeah, we're just gonna go a little bit through it. Shouldn't be a lot. I'll probably go through like the main like little bit spots so everybody knows what we're going for. Let's see.
Can you give us just a little bit of like a hint before each where it sits in the?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this is right where before it hits like the thing that it sings like all in unison there. So it's right from like the first scene. That helps out. Kyle starts speaking. Peter's like, what the fuck is he saying? All you didn't see here. And it's about to hit the Fear Death, Lord of the Mountain King. You get that? Xibalba, Xibalba. This is where this one comes through.
So that's like Alpha?
Yeah. And a little bit here. This is gonna be
Yeah, definitely do it.
the Lempira traidor, because it's confusing a little bit when you're just reading it, but on context it makes sense, I swear. So it makes sense. See, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Great.
Good with that.
No, I'm complaining. I can't work on the show. I'm bummed. I'm bummed I can't do more on the show.
Alright. Yeah. We're gonna hit intermission now.
All right, everyone take a 15 bathroom, get sodas, drinks, waters, tea, all the things.
Yes. Yeah, that just popped in the mind, and I was like, wait.
Yeah. Hello. No, I'm not here. Yeah, I got this. It's turning out good. I'm coming tomorrow.
Happy for you, man. It's good shit.
Yeah.
Trying to pull it together. You got your whole band figured out?
Whoa!
I'm sorry.
There's still also like out there.
Yeah, right. I'm like curious what asked about just like there's like one
Different ship than they were what's called light polygons.
none with me.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I think you're gonna get a drink too. Yeah, that ended up being like my biggest criticism of that
And also, okay, let's do it.
I'm not retaining
I don't know. It was weird because there is a lot of
And so, like we don't think of like I think it makes sense.
Because like or like rock shows and whatnot, like
yeah, what like they're all bad, like they all kind of like use the head. Whereas like so when we were talking as the village,
they don't like whereas like someone keeps learning the music and like
first song was okay. Everything I need to know about this. I think it was.
Oh my god. That's fine.
Because let me think. Yeah, that's the thing that it ends with a giant his name's Eddie. Yeah, I have like that. Well,
Oh man, I'm trying to be the lead for the giant jaguar. Yeah. Well, I mean, like you love me, giant. And I did. Well, like, have you watched DreamWorks, The Road to El Dorado? And I was like, that literally has a giant jaguar that attacks the a lot of it is like wood with like stones.
Before they really dove into it, they were just listening to spirits. It's just like, they were sort of like, the daggers and swords kind of like singing.
Yeah, I do like the I love
Okay. How was the trio on Hill House?
The first time we won, the trainer had a we had to, we basically had to defeat so we had to go around the house finding things to paint, and then make it back to the galley where
well, I don't have much more research. I could volunteer to
My favorite bit was when the Lempira was not honorable.
I know, right? Yeah, they go like switch between characters.
Look, I just really like Motown piano. I'm a very handsome guy, like cool guy.
Right before the legacy version. But also, I'm just imagining like, if that were actually performed that way with the adults playing both roles, and then like quickly do a costume change on stage, step over like onto a different part of the stage, and then we'll tell stuff so you can
Which we wanted to, but
this is now my second time reading for Chevrolet. Last time, yeah.
Like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I don't like that. There's other legacy ones as well. So after the episodes,
that kind of happened in without realizing everything. So we had like running and it's like
there's a link to there's like a legacy edition and to try to get there that show was good. The problem with that game is like someone's waiting
that sounds good. Okay. I have a comparable list.
the painting ones, the dreams that is on a huge disadvantage.
Yes. Help her on her metal journey.
I'm showing her
Oh,
Dio.
wait, you're talking about the dog.
Yeah.
Oh, but also that too. I'm getting
But also show her some Dio the band.
Yeah, mine looks
hey.
like this. Mixed with a little
I'm sorry, there's a lot going on, a lot of people around.
He's interesting too. He's insane.
You can just tell, but he's like, is he a cuddle? Like he's not insane.
Ignore this part of Charlotte, ignore
He
the
loves to go, like, if I'm laying
That's what I
down,
figured.
he will like get
Sorry,
his
she did not want to
but
say
he
that
doesn't
to
like
us.
to be touched. So he can be like inside, like,
Okay, I'm going back
like this for like hours, so I don't mind it.
And then when you start,
If I go like this or something, it's like 3-4 seconds. He's like, oh, that's it. Let me keep going.
how long have you had?
Like 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How does he get him like? Do you know how old he is?
I think he's like 4, but the problem is he was surrendered twice, and like both they surrendered him twice, and like the people that surrendered him, like all the paperwork that they had for him, it was like empty pretty much.
Yeah.
Like we only knew that he had shots because the SPC did it for him, and he was like around 3 or 4.
And this is the cutest boy ever and got him?
Pretty much. That was it.
That's great.
So, and I was like, alright, are you coming home?
But she's like developed so well.
We have like a small yard. We dance around back there.
Maybe the size of this, like a little bigger than the bar, but like, it's not.
But we live like 2 blocks away from Patterson Park. So we're just like walking out there.
Now, how does he with other dogs?
And it's just like, do something. And
Mine
then
either.
we turned it in.
He's not aggressive, but he's very friendly. But he doesn't know like how strong he is. So every time he's playing, he's going like full force. And it's like, you know, some people understand that, but some people don't as well. And it's like trying to figure out who and what will get that. It's like, I'm not gonna touch it.
Until after
And I'm like, maybe like 2 dogs that I know that I know that she's cool with, and then
I'm glad it's
oh, but yeah, he's really cute. So did you make Dio?
Yeah, well, with Veronica and I named Dio. I wanted to name him because with Veronica James Dio.
Okay.
I don't have a picture of his necklace, but I bought him for Christmas.
we turned in our final project.
Like a little
Professor gave us an extensive feedback. And we turned it into a community organization.
for his collar.
Separate stuff.
And
So over Christmas break, we had to do
It's funny, I got
and then
I didn't get charms, but I started getting like Velcro pads.
so like
I want to get him
That's great. That's really cool.
and we want to get him. I want to get him like a fucking like a battle, but it's like, all right, that's another price.
I bet we have somebody here.
I'm gonna head out. I don't want to leave while the meeting's going on, but it was cool seeing the first time.
Yeah, dude. After this is done, we do like one more meeting for the finalized trip, and then we I can like time out all the songs.
This was the last one.
Fuck yeah, I'm looking forward for
Sorry,
this.
Lindsay.
I probably don't need to start like sugar. This smells like a Sorry, was that weird? I didn't mean to be like, smell my tea.
No.
Smell this is often like a hello, how are you?
And so it's gonna be like
I like how your glasses match.
It's a complete accident, but
Well, it looks very intentional.
if you try it by colors and you're a man, you're gonna end up with orange. It's frightening that the pink options are so much less.
I'm hooking in. They're like, you really like safety orange. It's like, well, it's that or camo or black. So safety orange it is.
My favorite color I don't wear in my clothes very often. I always end up with that like wine color, like I feel like very common color. Like,
Yep.
I mean, it's fair. Like it's still on it. It's good to know.
Yeah.
I like saturated like
Same here.
But like, I don't know. Like, I feel like
They're getting haggard.
I have a turquoise shirt that's really strong. But like, I don't know. I feel like those don't often come. That's what it is.
I have a general philosophy that unless I'm trying to hide, I want to be as visible as possible at all times. Because of everything. Cars, bikes, people, animals. I spend a lot of time in the woods, and just unless I'm actively trying to not be seen, I want to be as visible as possible.
Are you hiking or why are you in the woods?
I do a lot of wildlife photography, hiking, backpacking. My main hobby is, like, I just spent 2 weeks in Mexico following this river looking at jaguars. In East Mexico. Looking for jaguars. The closest I got was I pooped in my shower. I'm not actually joking. We were staying at an outdoor shack way out there, and I came out in the morning to find some big-ass cat footprints and the largest cat turd I'd ever seen in my shower. And the only thing there is a jaguar on a preserve. Didn't see it.
I mean, jaguars are really good at not being seen.
Exactly. Like, I've seen mountain lions, but I've never actually seen a jaguar. I've tried several times.
I see one. I've seen one. You really never know. I feel bad because I'm throwing someone I love under the bus.
I understand.
Story my little brother got one of those smush pennies.
Don't touch it. I love that man. I've read every Discworld one. That is my favorite series in the entire world. I like Monster Management and also I love Ricky Man. Ricky Man is so good. It's so good. It's just about them. Like being like a guy from so
My dad turning about this color and not being able to do it. And it's like snorkeling at both of them.
No, it's hard.
Those are things now. You'll notice that bar is higher because of, I think,
no, this is the
we never got kicked out or anything. It was like, 90s.
Which zoo was that at, too? Yeah, that's like the jaguar just thinking to attack me is a really bad sign. That's not what they do.
to do with no compensation. It's wild to, again, this is no shame at your brother or your brother or your dad, but it's kind of one of those cases like you'd be done with your child into the jaguar enclosure, and
I wasn't thinking thoroughly about the apex predator living inside of it. Not understanding the context here. It's like, would you drop your kid into boiling acid? Because this is probably worse. Like, you know. Yeah, you can be right next to him and not see him.
No, I like.
My brother, have a respect.
Personally, like, in the situation I am, they're never gonna attack, like, like, way too big. There's too many options for them to go in other directions. So I've no fear of attack for time. Most I've ever been to probably being killed by an animal was I was in Alaska and I was setting up my campsite and there is a female moose from me to you and she's looking right at me and I'm like, I am probably dead.
At that point, your best option is just lie on the ground and pray.
I said I'm sorry, and I got out of the campsite, and I got my wife was in the river, and I was like, we're gonna hang out here for a while until she's done with our campsite. Kill you without batting an eyelash.
I have not. I've only recently.
Oh, they just take their hand and crush it.
That's so important.
Their shoulder is my head height.
Thank God. Thank God for voice actors. I'm not glad that we rematched.
See, with
That was my first. So that was
See, with predators, the only two things you have to worry about are if one, they're hungry, or see if he has a threat. See if he has a threat. With prey animals, because they always have to be on high alert. It's always have to be on high alert because of predators. It's like if you were breathing their air, you were enough of a threat.
Mercifully, with a moose, not really that scary compared to prey animals. There's nothing that hunts them because they can kill.
Well, not hunts, but they do have a right.
He's so upset that he's enjoying people's best
He is.
No. It's, so to get kelp from.
Killer whales.
Whale is actually.
Yeah, it's a predator of everything. But as opposed to some other things, like even mule deer that will actually look at you and like get scared. It was more thinking, what are you doing? And if I don't like it, I'm going to do something. But I know you can't hurt me because I'm a moose.
I forget where I read this, but I remember reading somewhere someone's account of meeting a caged buffalo face to face, and the first thing to describe it just stuck in my mind is like he looked at me like I owed him money.
That's kind of that is kind of the look that you know. It's like you're in my space now. I'm deciding whether you live or not.
I was a main puppet designer. I was a show creator for a while. Very much appreciated.
It's funny because what we were doing seemed really simple, so we wouldn't have known to do it, and then when we gave it to you, oh, we made a thing. We didn't realize we had made a thing. It was cool. Do you do puppetry professionally?
No, not yet. Not yet. Not enough for it to be a full-time job, but I do various side jobs. I do things for this company. I do things for other groups like Smarts Productions, Chess now, and just various side jobs. Whenever people need a puppet,
Trying to. Awesome. Have you ever been to puppetry arts in Atlanta?
Never been to Atlanta.
There's a really good puppetry scene in Atlanta. I haven't. So and the Center for Puppetry Arts is just like the coolest museum you've ever imagined. Like, here's actual Kermit. Like, the Kermit.
I missed it whenever I was there. Just as the timing.
And they also always have
I think everyone came down
a puppet show, and like, the best puppet show I've ever seen have been there.
Your fire of the year.
Yeah.
If you ever had the chance to visit, it's so weird.
Yeah, I've got to make that trip at some point. I have to make the pilgrimage, I guess.
I was already I was like,
that was an interesting thing.
This is like a because I guess personal collection got donated to. He kept all the cool stuff. They have Dexys in there.
Even those monster movies, there are a lot of ones that I really enjoy are mostly elaborate puppetry.
Miniatures and puppetry. It always looks good to an age.
Yeah, it's the tactile quality. I'll take a seat, but yeah, actually, since I moved up this way, I tend to be more like a type of Thank you. Perfect, thank you.
Oh, I will take one too.
Okay. All right, is everyone back and ready to get started again? All right.
We need a script for Gabby real quick.
Is anyone like to step in and read for Lempira?
Edwin?
Edwin's got to head out at
5:30.
5:30. So, ish. Do you want to jump in for?
Sure.
Gabby, you're on Scarizzi. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Okay.
To make it read in the best of our light.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hold on real quick. Sorry.
What page were we on again?
44. Thank you.
44.
And you don't have to jump in and say, so.
Top corner. 40. There are page numbers. The top right corner.
They are.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna try.
Alright.
Alright. Let's kick it.
Alright. Yeah. And if we can keep that light on, that would be great. So I can see this. Alright. Lempira and two of his jungle Lincoln warriors are trudging along harsh mountain terrain and jagged black obsidian rocks in dim early morning light. The sun obscured behind the dark mountain backdrop. Their clothes are torn and dirty from long travels without a home. They breathe heavily as they continue climbing towards their stage, tired but resolute.
Por días y noches, un camino a seguir. Aún con dolor tenemos que cumplir. En este momento, paz hay que sentir. El sueño de dioses, un destino claro.
Lempira turns back to his warriors, rallying them on.
Es este que siempre vivió, el rey de la selva, su arma bajo. Esta no tendrá un final, no has de encontrar.
The lights come up with a golden yellow sunrise to reveal the Mountain Lincoln's towering fortress, a set piece obscured by vines and foliage during Act 1. Staged on multiple levels along the fortress stood Cadmael in the center and 6 other Mountain Lincoln warriors, all holding their makuhitos high and pointing up towards Cadmael, who has his arms raised proudly above his head. Just so everyone knows, a makuhito is, it looks like a cricket bat. It has jagged bits of obsidian in it and break and slash.
What is it called?
A makuhito. It's a it's a very cool weapon.
It's a very cool weapon.
It's basically a nail guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Cadmael and his warriors descend from the fortress wall to surround Lempira and a small group. The Mountain Linka are well equipped with clothes in good condition, contrasting Lempira and his men. Standing proud but not aggressive, Lempira comes face to face with the bullish Cadmael. The yellow light turns red.
Lempira,
Then sung in Spanish.
vienes a buscar una guerra en soledad. Tú es más grande que el agua que cubre el mar. Lempira, esta es con Cadmael de la montaña.
Cadmael raises his makuhito, cheers from his warriors, and advances on Lempira, who has yet to draw a weapon. Cadmael swings his makuhito in huge sweeping arcs at Lempira, who dodges and evades without striking back. Cadmael continues advancing aggressively while Lempira sings and the light transitions to yellow fighting with the red.
Guerra no buscamos en este lugar. Del fondo del mar una bestia nos quiere matar. Solo unidos podemos ganar. Solo unidos podemos triunfar.
In a fluid movement, Lempira disarms Cadmael, knocks him to the ground, and unsheaths his obsidian blade. The light flashes in red with the rumbling roar of a jaguar, and Lempira stands in merciless pose. But instead of killing Cadmael, Lempira kneels beside him on the ground, head down, and holding out his knife with the handle facing Cadmael. Confused and unsure, Cadmael takes the knife and gets to his feet. Lempira stays knelt before him, arms exposing his throat.
¿No entiendes? Esto es más grande que nosotros. No podemos perder a ningún otro. Si me tienes que matar, que así sea. Pero no lucharé esta pelea, Cadmael. Necesitamos mantenernos unidos.
Tú hablas la verdad. No puedo ver tu alma. De hoy aprendió, la batalla no es lo mejor. Hoy juntos vamos a acabar con esas bestias de metal. Pase lo que pase, juntos vamos a luchar.
No es fácil lo que vendrá, pues el trabajo mucho hay.
Nunca comimos antes, no lo vamos a hacer ya.
Desde la jungla hasta el mar y las montañas a rescatar. Vamos a acabar con nuestros monstruos que vinieron de...
Lempira and Cadmail embrace and turn towards their warriors. The mountain warriors have started sharing a jungle warrior, patting on the back, showing camaraderie. Lempira and Cadmail both have their weapons returned to them.
Hoy el sol vuelve a brillar, pues la esperanza nunca se ve. Y unidos los lencas gritarán, hoy el cielo llegó.
Everyone chants Lempira.
Es la verdad. Y ahora puedo ver, Lempira juntos vamos a poder.
Long live the kings! Fellow Alpine light we've seen yet. Lempira and Cadmail embrace and turn towards their warriors. The mountain warriors have started sharing equipment with the jungle warriors, patting on the back, showing sorry. And tremble at the presence.
Tremble at the presence of the kings.
Fear
death at the glory of the mountain kings. Fear death at the glory of the mountain kings. Fear death at the glory of the mountain kings. Fear death at the glory of the mountain kings.
With the last chorus of the song, Cadmail and Lempira face their warriors, arms raised above their heads. Their inside hands are grasped together, hands holding their weapons high. The golden yellow light of the sun projects their silhouette onto the rock face of the mountain fortress, larger than life figures of power and unity. Lights come up back in the conquistador camp infirmary. A cot, a table with herbs. Yuritsi sits on the floor, feet chained. Antonio enters, clutching his wound with one hand, holding Yuritsi's obsidian knife in the other. Antonio looks down.
So, they say you're special, so I had to come take a look. Pretty, I guess, under all that dirt. Well, I've never met a beast I found all that impressive.
She ignores him. Antonio starts using the obsidian knife to mash herbs.
Ron, put that down.
Surprised and delighted.
Oh, so that's what they meant by talks.
Antonio circles Yuritsi, admiring her.
You're bound in chains, a beast that speaks. I like your spot. Girl! If you know so much, how about you treat me?
Yuritsi doesn't move. Antonio gestures at her with the knife.
That wasn't a question.
Yuritsi stands and starts preparing herbs at the table, seething, but obeying.
I was stabbed here by that jaguar cowled brute. If Columbus ever gets his hands on him, it should heal.
That's the obsidian. It's sharper than mush.
Sharp? This thing is so brittle it can hardly keep an edge. Look.
He bangs the knife on the table next to Yuritsi.
Stop that. Give it to
Yuritsi reaches to but Antonio pulls it away, slicing her hand.
See, look! The edge is chipped. And you almost made me.
But my hand. I bleed.
Oh, sweet Yuritsi, let me.
He grabs her hand roughly.
Your wounds, so please hold still. Then after, we can drink our fill.
I don't need help. Just let me be.
Don't you get it? You have me.
Antonio packs herbs on her cut.
Me? Already I've helped you heal. A savage. But I know how you feel.
Don't look at me with that in your eyes. You. I'm not your prize.
Your words, they sting. You strike my... Still, Columbus may let me have you as my bride.
Antonio tries to the cot. She struggles and resists him, staying on her feet. Their skirmish continues and he pushes her up against the table. Yuritsi reaches behind the knife. Stabs Antonio. The lights go bright red.
We are not here to be plundered.
Dim red light. Falls dead. Yuritsi drops to her knees. Hands. Columbus enters, sword drawn. Watches coldly and slowly walks towards Yuritsi, raising his sword as he gets close.
It seems I was mistaken that you live after all. I thought your gift would have. At least you'll bring me pleasure. I hear you howl.
I know the man in the Jaguar call.
Columbus stiffens at the mention of Lempira, then sheaths his sword.
Perhaps I wasn't mistaken after all. You work for me now, girl. As long as you're useful.
As he turns to exit the stage, he takes the obsidian knife.
Clean up this mess.
As the ensemble begins to sing, blue light grows from Yuritsi. Then she slowly rises to her feet and crowd over Antonio's. Yellow light adds in. The second to last chorus has all three colors of light equally. Chorus, red grows stronger, but the other two still remain.
Fear, your heart still beats. Oh, shell, dancing in the world. Yuritsi, no fear, your heart still beats. O daughter of Ishel, there is dancing in the underworld. Yuritsi, no fear, your heart still beats. O daughter of Ishel, there is dancing in the underworld. Yuritsi, no fear, your heart still beats. Chapole, proud in his feast, for he witnessed Yuritsi's first kill.
Match those from before. Riverlinka City is still not in good shape, but there are signs of recovery. Less rubble than before. The people are less ragged. On stage, the start of the scene is the Riverlinka chief and a group of his warriors, erecting a barrier to defend the city. Riverlinka Warrior 1 grabs her and points off stage right. I turn to look in that direction.
What is that? What can you see?
Nuestros enemigos, el final quieren tener?
No. Wait, sorry. He is not alone. They came. Like a game.
Look at all the The obsidian glistens in the sun, like the shiny dark teeth of Shakbole himself.
Shh! Do not invoke the dark jaguar's name. There's been too much death to feed him here.
There, of the mountain. They say he can throw boulders to crush his enemies.
Dicen que pueden matar caimanes sin nada más que sus manos.
Stop gossiping. It's time to welcome our guests. And you, it is time. Go get it.
The chatter dies down as Lempira and Cadmael enter, followed by jungle Linka warriors and mountain Linka warriors, keeping their weapons in the air rhythmically. The warriors stay behind Lempira and Cadmael approach the River Linka chief. Once they reach him, both Lempira and Cadmael kneel.
Lempira, you have returned with the strength of the mountains.
Eso he logrado. Saben que la única forma de acabar con el hombre blanco es estar unidos, con las fuerzas al máximo de los Lenkas.
Raises his feet at a signal from the river chief. To Cadmael.
You left your fortress behind? That's something I never thought I'd see.
No fue algo hecho fácilmente, pero Lempira ha empezado de nuevo. No pelea él por la gloria, sin contra los que nos quieren ver muertos. Nos comerán como el cono de las montañas. Pero primero tendrán que matarme y a Lempira.
River Linka Warrior 3 returns with the Jaguar cow and ceremoniously hands it to the River Linka chief.
There is none among us fit to wear the jaguar cow. We have so few warriors left.
Cadmael's shoulder deflated.
Te veo. Yo entiendo.
I don't think you do.
He offers the jaguar cow to Lempira.
Take it.
¿Qué?
Lempira!
Campeón!
Where are Jaguar Cowl?
Lempira, el campeón!
Where the...
Lempira, el campeón!
You've done what no one else has!
Lempira, el campeón!
United all our people!
Lempira!
Where are Jaguar Cowl?
Lempira, el campeón!
Wear that skin with honor!
Lempira, el campeón!
You've done what no one else has!
Lempira, el campeón!
United all our people!
The jaguar cow begins yellow as Lempira faces all the united warriors. They chant his name, Lempira, and the light fades to black with the guitar solo, leaving only Lempira illuminated by the glowing jaguar cow.
Esta vez, a luchar!
Columbus stands at the center of an empty stage, stiff and at attention. Yaritsi and other captive Linka move about the periphery of the stage, performing various tasks of menial labor. Despite his victories, he's still unsatisfied with his troops' performance.
Begin march!
2 lines of 5 masked conquistadors each march stiffly on from either side of the stage, half holding arquebuses and the other burning ropes. They file into a horizontal line in front of Columbus and aim outwards towards the audience, the ropes attached to the matchlock of the gun.
Fire!
The conquistadors fire, marching nation.
I can't be accomplished with what we have. He's still out there walking alive. No rest for dead. I can't. The throne sits empty, all crushing bones, all bodies dead, and in their souls they'll know Columbus now will reign.
The lines of conquistadors continue marching. Meanwhile, Yaritsi grabs a nearby captive.
De frío y horror feudal, no existe para brillar. Lempira vendrá y con todos se acabará. El bien hoy llegará. Nos queda gritar libertad.
Speak only words I understand. Don't spout that savage filth.
More to herself than to Columbus.
You can chain all our bones, but you will never quiet our voice.
How could Lempira stand against us? Something stone can break.
Standing in a grid, the conquistadors draw their swords and raise them high in the air.
And still he made you bleed. Deep in your eyes, I saw your fear.
I won't be stopped by beasts.
To Columbus, but still meekly.
Yet we live in a city.
Oh, spare me, child.
Yaritsi and Columbus split apart. Columbus's soldiers continue drilling behind him. He watches as Yaritsi rallies captive Lincolns with her hopeful, half speaking to them and half to the audience. Columbus sings along with her, mocking.
Oh, 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 what a brave new world. Oh, 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 what a brave new world.
He focuses his attention on his soldiers. Yaritsi continues rallying the captives.
I'll walk over their cribs and make them graves.
The steps he makes will all be lost ahead.
You can't stop us now. That's who we are. We won't back down until the sunset dies. You stand in and we'll hunt you down. Blood has been spilled. We are at war!
The conquistadors march into ranks of Columbus, far stage right as the lights go dim. A blue left. She's Linka captives, all reaching out to her from the darkness. As Yaritsi touches their hands, the blue light expands to include them. Repeated until off stage.
Bendita Ixchel en la tierra, en la luz de nuestra higuera.
The chant continues as Yaritsi and the captive Lincolns walk off stage. Then, in a brief moment of silence before the song picks back up,
war begins today.
For the remainder of this scene, the stage is divided into thirds, used one at a time to create the effect of a montage of battles across locations and times. While 1/3 has the current action being shown, the other 2 are being prepared by crew for the next snapshot of the war. Columbus and his men make their way across the stage. Once they reach center stage, the lights dim on the third they left. Enter Lempira in front of Columbus and his men.
You! Ready men, take aim!
River and Jungle Lincolns materialize out of the jungle set and set upon the conquistadors. After attacking, they exit towards the dark portion of the stage. Conquistadors that try to follow are met with on his mountain Lincolns attacking with macohitos. The mountain Lincolns join Lempira and the rest of the jungle Lincolns and escape by canoe, lighting effect to show the passage of time. Conquistadors without Columbus are traversing through the jungle. This group of Lincolns appear and tabletop the conquistadors. All are left dead as Lincolns climb up the jungle mountain Lincolns set to escape. Knows a tabletop is when somebody crouches down behind somebody and then you push them over.
Ooh.
It's a tabletop. Lighting effect to show passage of time. Up on Columbus at a desk on one side of the stage. A subordinate walks in and appears to deliver bad news. Columbus rages and flips his desk. Lighting effect to show passage of time. Light comes up on Cadmael alone, taunting a group of conquistadors with Columbus. Cadmael raises his macohito and yells. They run raised as Lincoln archers step forward and shoot arrows into the underarms of the soldiers. Cadmael retreat off stage. Lighting effect to show passage of time. Cadmael and Lempira and other Lincoln players are laughing and joking around a campfire, pantomiming the previous fight scene. Lighting effect to show passage of time. Cadmael and Lempira are leading their troops toward the other side of the stage mountain Lincoln fortress. Conquistadors follow, shooting guns, killing several Lincolns as they press forward. Lighting effects to show passage of time. Columbus is leading his men towards the mountain Lincoln fortress. Eurydice is bound and kept at the rear of the Cadmael appears on the level of the fortress. He lifts a huge boulder and rolls them down the side of the fortress at Cadmael and his men. Some are hit, some, including Columbus, dodge. Cadmael forces Columbus and the conquistadors recede into the background. Eurydice and some captains move up stage in blue light. They reach out to her as before. Columbus from the darkness upstage and grabs Eurydice by the wrist. The calm music cuts abruptly and the light is to red. Columbus pulls Eurydice off stage and yells,
You! I put up with you, but I've had enough. Time I use you to kill that damn Lempira once and for all!
Outside the mountain Lincoln fortress, Conquistador captain and Conquistador guide Eurydice with her hands bound back to the base of the towering wall.
Oh, it's me. Where are you, Lempira? We have something you might want.
Let me go. You have no right to summon any of us, let alone Lempira. Déjame ir.
Now, you know that's not what you're supposed to say. You know the one about how we'll kill all your captives if you don't comply.
Lempira, I'm sorry, but it hurt us. If you don't give me... Lempira, lo siento, pero mal vendrá si no te doy este mensaje.
Lempira appears on the second level of the wall, at first excited, but then stern and understanding the situation.
Eurydice, gracias los dioses. Te vaya, yo entiendo.
Lo siento, Lempira.
Verte con vida, eso es motivo suficiente de alegría.
Come on now, I know that's not the message we gave you.
Cristóbal Colón, manda el mensaje. Voy a matar a todos los capturados, los libres, Eurydice, todos. Si Lempira no quiere llegar a un acuerdo de paz con la corona española.
¿Un acuerdo de paz? Eurydice, necesitamos eso. Sí, tenemos un ejército, pero...
Lempira, ¿cómo hemos cambiado? No confíes en estos monstruos.
Eurydice, tengo que, por el bien de nosotros, por el bien de todos, dile.
The River Lincoln chief enters behind Lempira and puts a hand on his shoulder, then yells to Eurydice.
Tell them they'll get their answer in the morning.
Then to Lempira.
We have much to discuss. Together.
He nods and mimes relaying the answers to the conquistadors as the three of them exit. and Cadmail enters alongside the other two Linka.
Dicen que quieren paz.
You know we can't trust them.
Pero deberíamos intentar. ¿Pero deberíamos intentar?
Sabes que fácilmente los podemos aplastar.
Toda mi vida he luchado. Lo que busco es paz en mi hogar.
La paz llega de la victoria.
El alma es la puerta para todos nuestros sueños y deseos.
El llega a quedar, pero no hay que darle entero.
Escucha mis palabras. ¡Ya! La guerra no es un don, pelear no es solución. No hay camino que al final sea por bien santificar. La profecía grita hoy, palabras de Ishe te doy. Quetzalcóatl va. Quetzalcóatl va. Un funeral celestial.
Xibalba. Xibalba.
Escucha ya, hay que encontrar razón y calma para actuar. No hay que buscar violencia ya. Actuar. Auquín nos bendició. Cantar hoy fuerte y con emoción. Quetzalcóatl va, un funeral celestial.
Xibalba. Xibalba.
The three gestured each other, pantomiming an argument about what the best course of action to take is.
¿Cómo saber dónde ir? No sé. No estoy seguro si esto hay que hacer. ¿Cuánta más sangre hay que derramar para que esta guerra no haya más?
Lempira, no hay vuelta atrás. Hay que ganar. Una nación, un corazón, muerte a Colón.
But don't lose your head, or we'll all be dead. Blood painted red. In this night, we will fight what is right.
Este camino a seguir, tengan fe en mí, que al sol que sale tendrá su fin.
Cadmail and the river chief nod and place their hands on Lempira's shoulders. They exit as the music fades out, a united front. Back in the jungle Linka city of the White Monkey, we now over by Columbus. Columbus sits on a posh throne installed in the council room, wearing lavish clothes and no armor. 4 conquistadors stand guard. Linka slaves, including directly to Columbus's right, are staged around the room. One is fanning Columbus with a large banana leaf. Columbus yawns lazily. Lempira, Cadmail, and the river Linka chief, and a large group of warriors from every Linka city enter the back of the theater. They make their way up the center aisle to the stage, Lempira in the lead. Then, as they get close,
¡Cristo!
Columbus tenses defensive stances. Columbus pulls Yuritsi close to his side. She whispers into his ear, translating Lempira's word as he sings.
Aquí estoy en busca de un acuerdo. Los líderes de esta tierra que están. La violencia yo no te la entrego. Lo que busco es encontrar la paz. A mi gente hoy, atrapados bajo el sol y la tierra, que los Lencas hoy la victoria tendrán.
Lempira and the Lenka reach the stage to find the conquistadors with swords drawn, but Columbus holds up a hand for them to stand. He steps forward from his companions to stand before Columbus, who rises from his throne.
No queda más. Escucha ya, es el fin. Si guerra hay, un mar de sangre habrá. ¿Piensas bien? Eres intelectual. Solo tú y yo, nadie más. Que la victoria llegue tal cual.
Columbus nods, having received the message from Yuritsi, and paces in front of Lempira.
And for what? This is not faith. This world can come faith. This world can come to face. All the glory of my pride, thou burn it all to put my name up high. and I will stand when the fight ends and rule this land.
The lights go on. Spotlights on Lempira, Eurydice, and Columbus.
Las llamas queman en mi alma, ¿ves?
You feel to meet the mighty flame.
You now incite the wrath of God, and from my blade execution comes.
Levántate a luchar.
Your filthy words can't.
Why won't you stand and fight?
Levántate a luchar.
Why won't you stand and fight?
Levántate a luchar.
Eurydice breaks away from Columbus, grabbing her obsidian knife that was sitting on his throne. Conquistadors start to surge forward to stop her. Lincoln warriors begin moving to retaliate. The lights grow to encompass everybody, but then shrink back to spotlights as Columbus and Lempira hold their hands to stop their soldiers. Eurydice stands next to Lempira, facing Columbus.
Why won't you stand and fight?
You think I won't fight?
Levántate a luchar.
You think I won't fight?
The spotlights go out, leaving a dark stage. Columbus turns and walks to his soldiers in the room. They help him get into his armor and mask and give him his sword. Columbus's armor and weapons glow red. At the same time, Lempira embraces Eurydice. The two join the other Lenca leaders. Lempira receives from each of the Lenca groups: a spear from the chief blue, a makohito from Cadmeal glowing red, and the obsidian knife he gave to Eurydice glowing yellow. Lempira's jaguar cow dances with all three colors. Lempira and Columbus meet at the center of the down. The next portion of the scene is a highly stylized fight, with heavy emphasis on the colors of the glowing gods and glowing in the darkness. Columbus is solely red, but Lempira has all three colors and support from all of the Lincoln tribes. An epic battle. Throughout, Columbus is reliant on his armor and superior technology, not skill or technique, but he's not weak. Because armor and technology, he can still give Lempira a run for his money. Lempira uses his superior skill and ability to fight despite Columbus' armor. Lempira begins by using the powerful makohito. The blades shatter against the metal armor, as just a Columbus takes a beating, losing pieces of his armor, but largely unharmed. Next, Lempira uses the spear to fight from a distance and Columbus's swinging blade. Lempira strikes for Columbus's weak points and manages to knock the helmet and mask off his head. But before Lempira can attack again, Columbus uses his sword to slice the shaft of the spear in two. Lempira is left only with the knife. Columbus is left with his sword and minimal armor. Columbus attacks recklessly and Lempira dodges, until moving in close during one of Columbus's attacks. Lempira disarms Columbus. Columbus grabs Lempira's hands, and as Lempira tries to plunge his knife into Columbus, we get a classic beam clash moment, accompanied by red light for Columbus and yellow for Lempira. At no point does Columbus get the upper hand. Lempira pushes Columbus to his knees and stabs his knife into his shoulder. Columbus writhes on the ground and picks up Columbus's fallen sword. Lempira stands over Columbus in merciless pose, but then turns to the people.
Acaba todo. Aquí acaba la guerra.
Eurydice translates above the two of Lempira's lines to English after he says each to Columbus. Yeah, spare your life.
I'll spare your life if you pledge to take your men and leave our land forever. I won't send them home a headless beast, and I won't feed you to Shaq Bolai's jaguar. Eurydice, he accept?
Eurydice stands over Columbus, who is still laying on the ground, clutching his injured arm. Yeah, okay. Don't worry.
You're lucky Lempira has grown. A year ago, you already be dead. He'll spare your life if you and your men leave our land forever. Do you accept?
I do.
He does.
Columbus's sword into the ground and returns his knife to its sheath on his thigh. He offers a hand to help Columbus to his feet. Matching Cadmeal helped Lempira their duel.
A tus pies. Pocos son los que se han enfrentado conmigo y han sobrevivido.
Thank you.
Columbus gets to his feet and with Lempira's help, but then takes the obsidian knife from Lempira's sheath and literally stabs him in the back. The lights go strong red, on and off.
Thank you for everything.
Lempira forward and falls to his knees. Columbus pulls the sword from the ground and stabs it through Lempira's chest. Holding the Lempira falls to the ground dead.
Grazie per averci dato l'oro.
A direct continuation of the previous scene. Lempira is dead in front of Columbus. Eurydice slowly walks to his body as she sings.
In this moment, we lie upon ourselves. It's the ending, the sealing of our fate. Breaking bones, suns that fly alone. Almost subtle, can hear over the guns. With one last breath inside our soul, our hearts will beat, still beat. There is fight in all of us, and we will fight.
Eurydice dons the jaguar cowl. Columbus and the rest of the conquistadors. Eurydice is fighting fiercely. Her obsidian blade is shining in arcs as she spins and wheels, dealing death to get close enough to face her. Around her, other lynxes are dying and falling. Eurydice pauses from fighting to sing, facing Columbus. The battles continue around her.
Your thirst of blood, I know I can never be quenched. The tyranny runs within your veins. We are not helpless. We are queens alive, and it will be your own blood that will be spread all in this, and we will not bow down.
Columbus's armor begins to glow red, and the conquistadors begin to attack the jungle itself, not nailed down and killing anybody in their way.
And Columbus steals the gold as the jaguar kills alone. And Columbus steals the gold as the jaguar kills alone.
I'll take you down the fire that burns again. You won't take this victory away from my hands.
Your gaze is blinded by believing that there's a throne. You got nothing else but your own empty void.
Eurydice and Columbus clash. Cadmael leaps into the fray and begins to overcome Columbus with Eurydice. Columbus signals for backup, and the conquistadors separate Eurydice and Cadmael. While Eurydice is occupied, 4 conquistadors wound and hold Cadmael the coup de grace. Eurydice and Columbus continue to clash as the entire jungle mountain set begins to be transformed into a giant jaguar monster, Shakbole. Each wing of the set becomes a giant movable jaguar claw, and the center is a giant toothy maw. Fighting continues in the background, but conquistadors begin to help assemble the jaguar. Columbus begins to overpower Eurydice, pushing her towards center stage, and eventually knocking her down to her knees.
This is your destiny. Don't try to fight it off.
No, this can be. No.
Columbus aims an arquebus at Eurydice, but before he fires, the light begins flashing on and off, and a rumble grows. Lights in Columbus's armor go out. The entire shop lit up red. The jaguar has come to life. Red lights pulse and flash.
Time to feed.
The claws are indiscriminately shoveling Lincolns and conquistadors to its mouth.
And Columbus steals the gold as the jaguar kills alone.
And Columbus steals the gold as the jaguar kills alone. And Columbus steals the gold as the jaguar kills alone. And Columbus steals the gold as the jaguar kills alone.
By the end, there is only standing facing upstage as Shakbole opens his mouth and roars. The jaguar cowl begins to glow blue as Shakbole Eurydice. The lights go dark and fog pours the jaguar's mouth, and only the red-lit jaguar monster and Eurydice's blue jaguar cowl are illuminated.
Lempira!
With a huge roar, the jaguar's mouth closes down around where Eurydice was just standing. Blackout. Then a dull blue glow emanating from the jaguar head. As Eurydice speaks, the blue glows stronger until by the end it's joined with the golden sunrise. Eurydice speaks from off-stage / pre-recorded. The fog screen drops down as her monologue begins.
We will lie down and die, or death will not nourish you today. You will not feast on the memory of Lempira, because he will live forever in the story of this deed. You will not feed because we remember. People echo through time. Because our story is not one of death, but one of survival, perseverance, hope. The will of our people cannot be subjugated by our life. We resist it.
Flickering to life on the fog screen is a projected video of Eurydice in a sparkling blue moon goddess costume, including a glowing silver and blue cow. She completes her monologue from the ethereal plane of.
Even in the mouth of the jaguar, we will still fight the jaguar. Smoke of conquest on the battle. This is why we remember Lempira. Here, we have survived disease and horrors at home and abroad, and still we endure. We persist to make a better life, a more joyful story for our children to tell. The world is made richer with our arts, our science, and our culture. To live joyfully in our nature, and when welcome, we will share with the world. So remember what we stood for. Remember why we say. Remember Lempira.
Just keep in mind, we're writing this, and obviously we're doing a theater show, and it's a play, and we're all gonna have like a lot of fun. But all this is based on shit that actually happened. So outside of just us being able to say that, oh, this is the big like bro show of this year, this is like a fucking stand and a real moment of like, here we fucking are for the Latino community. There's nothing like this that, at least since I've been around, that has been done for the Latino community, and I think what we have here is something that will absolutely open doors for us to something bigger that we can't even think about. So thank all of you for being here for this, for being part of this, and I appreciate every single one of you. So now to the music, real quick. Yeah. Yes,
okay, I'll put together something.
All right, so just real quick, I'll go through like a little bit more of the demos. This one is. This song is where it goes, Bendita Ixchel en la tierra. It's the argument between Eurydice and Columbus going on. I don't know exactly what page it is, I'm sorry, but it is that scene of Columbus and Eurydice arguing together. Not a singer, sorry.
You sound great. A lot better than me.
How come he made you bleed inside your eyes? I saw fear.
appreciate it. This one is the Yuritsi Don't Fear Your Heart Still Beats. Is when Yuritsi finally like kills that specific moment.
Your heart still beats, oh daughter of fiction. There is dancing in the underworld. You will see, don't fear. Your heart still beats, daughter of fiction. That polar promise things as you witness your sister skill.
And this is the big like final moment where Yuritsu finally like downs the cow, and like big moment after Lempira gets killed. So real quick. Sorry. It's not loading, sorry. And now, finally decided to take a shit.
Hold
on.
Take your time.
There we go. Yeah, this is the big Yuritsu moment. Or gets killed, pretty much. So at this point, like, you know, Lempira is dead, and there's like no hope left, and Yuritsu's like, alright, it's now or never. Skip ahead right where the whole scenario like breaks down and the Jaguar starts pulling up real quick. So at this point, like, they're going back and forth, but everything is starting like falling apart and like shit's starting to break down. So this is like where the rumble thing, like all lights are down and things are pulling up, and all of a sudden like falls down, starting to like see like the Jaguar pulling up. So skip ahead real quick. When everything pulls up, boom. To the skip that, and